See, the topic for discussion is depreciation. This comes in as a separate topic. Chapter number
5.
12.
5. Sir, I'm here.
So, what are the main topics that we have completed so far? All subtopics, concepts, conventions, and all that. Believe that the chapter 1 or so, 1 or 2, I don't remember. Rectification of errors, bank reconciliations, final accounts, and
Chapter 1 is clear, we haven't done that.
that's what I told. I never told that I completed. I said, accepting those areas that we will revisit and enjoy later. What is depreciation, Sreeram? Tell me what you understand.
Natural wear and tear of value over a period of time for a good.
For
Good.
goods, for trading goods, buying and selling item for which you charge depreciation. Is it for property, plant and equipment? Is it
Yes,
for
sir.
fixed assets?
Yes, sir.
Which one is yes?
So it's for fixed assets. It's for fixed assets.
Not for
Because-
goods. Not for goods.
Not for goods, it's for fixed assets.
Correct.
Yes, sir. And for
Wear and tear.
yes, sir. Natural.
No, I find you are using a calculator. Right. Calculator, some of our friends used to wrap it by plastic cover. And they don't use it all, they put it into the box and they have never used it all. Imagine that you have an asset like that where they are not opened up at all. And it was bought with an intention to be a standby machine. You charge depreciation.
Yes, sir.
There is no wear and tear. I have not opened my cover at all.
Sir, natural wear and tear will not be on usage. Like it is mainly on usage, but still natural wear and tear can occur over a period of time.
A flex of time, you mean, passage of time.
Yes, sir.
So that means in the first point when you told wear and tear, you have not covered a flex of time. So a flex of time also you have got to take up.
Sir, I said natural
It's a
wear and
recorder.
yes, sir, you can see, sir.
You didn't. Anyway, there is 2 points you have conveyed. Give it to him. So do you mean to say that on account of there is wear and tear and passage of time alone, depreciation has got to be charged on property, plant and equipment, or do you find any other factor that would be influencing depreciation?
Depreciation is the fallen value of fixed assets due to normal wear and tear and foreseen obsolescence. Foreseen obsolescence. Say, if there is a fallen, if there is a market change or the technology
That is foreseen or unforeseen?
foreseen obsolescence. If it is unforeseen, it will not be depreciation, will come under capital loss.
Capital loss. Obsolescence on account of technology turnover, there is technological changes and all that, Is it depreciation or not a depreciation? Huh?
So it should be expected. Then it is
Yeah,
depreciation.
then I was just not having a dreaming capacity of that.
Generally, the obsolescence is foreseen, that is, we are predicting that it might happen, then it will be depreciation. If there is an unforeseen situation like due to some natural calamity or something, then it will be capital loss and not.
You expect that also, no?
So
Natural calamity also, you can expect every 5 years there is going to be flooding.
Sir, that is quite natural in Chennai, sir.
Natural calamity only you told.
Sir, suddenly like some volcanic eruption in Chennai, if it happens, I'm just saying, then it will be taken as a capital loss. That was what happened in tsunami also. We didn't expect that it would be happening. After that, we started predicting not only tsunami, all the other calamities also.
How about Sanjana?
Sir, the technological changes are obsolescence of technology.
That also we should take into consideration. Soumya, what other factors other than wear and tear, passage of time, and obsolescence through technological changes? Other than that, and other factors. What other factors?
Government.
Huh?
So maybe some change in the market due to government also.
So production also. Say I can use it for production. So now let us just see the value, the loss of value of a fixed asset on account of those factors we take into consideration. Wear and tear, effects of time, obsolescence due to technological changes, decrease in market value, depletion mainly in case of mines and natural resources. That is production. As much you use, that much value it drops. If you don't use, you will not have depreciation at all. These are the factors which you can say that which will cause depreciation. Correct?
Yes.
So, depreciation cost. Obsolescence on account of technological changes. Then decrease in market value. Why there should be a decrease in market value?
Maybe changes in market. So maybe changes in the market.
Reasons for depreciation. These are the things that you have. Is it okay? Shall we proceed to the next one?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And for depreciation, is only an estimated figure. Depreciation is only an estimated figure expected to be closely associated with the actual depreciation. Do you agree with me? There are various methods we have. Methods of charging depreciation. Methods of charging depreciation. What are the methods of charging depreciation?
SLM and WDV.
Straight line. Written down value. Or
So what is that sum of years?
digits. Some of the digits method, depletion or production method, sinking fund method, annuity method. Straight line, WDV or reducing balance method, some of the years digits method, depletion or production method, sinking fund method, annuity method, and any other methods. Others. Important inputs. For computing depreciation. Others would mean revaluation method, etc. Revaluation method, etc. Important inputs for computing depreciation. Number one, cost. B, salvage value. Term. Important inputs for computing depreciation is cost, actual, salvage value, estimate, and useful life estimated. Correct?
Yes.
Cost, salvage value, and the term. Now let us just discuss about a straight line method. What do you mean by straight line method? What do you mean by straight line method? Whether you are studying in 11th or 12th, that is not a matter. Or whether you have not studied at all. You got to go answer for this. Come on. What do you understand from straight line?
Sir, a percentage of the cost of the machine will be calculated, and that will be deducted from the cost.
No. How you compute depreciation? That's it. Whether you deduct it from cost or accumulated depreciation deducted from cost is secondary. How you compute
We
straight line?
calculate it on the cost.
Straight line method or depreciation on cost. You can call by another name also. Straight line method or depreciation computed on cost. So, alternative number 1 is cost minus salvage value divided by term. Alternative number 2, percentage into cost. Don't say which one is superior and which one is inferior. Which one you can say superior and inferior? You can't tell like that. Which one is more accurate? Depreciation is never accurate. It's only an estimated figure. So therefore, such question cannot be asked. So whether you like your son or daughter, the question when it is asked, this absurd question. Why is that sort of thing cannot be? I have asked this to my dad. Level 3. My mom will be having special liking for my younger brother. My dad will have special liking for my sister. Only daughter, no. So daughter, dad will gel together and only would mean all the love only for her. Reserved. I asked, who is loving me? She is taking extra care and you are just giving special thing. Tell. You are only using me as a beating material. He said, all are one. But I don't feel. No, you will feel when you are having children. That is not acceptable. Tell me one good thing. He told this. I remember this. He is right only. It becomes very difficult to tell. Do you know what answer he gave? Whether you like ears or nose or your eyes. I know. But I was just thinking that he is trying to passively me. Is correct. 100% correct. Even in the eyes also, right eye or left eye. Which one you do? Hey, this question itself is absurd question. Likewise, alternative number 1 is better or alternative 2 is better. Both are used. If you are given with salvage value, deduct and then divide it by T. If they are not given you salvage value when they give us a percentage, apply the second one. Right. Today, as I have forgotten to take breakfast, I said I am already late. I'll just go. She called, why is it you are not studying? He had just brought. I had. What did I have? It was Italy the previous day, it was done with upma like. It will be very hard, dry, and all that. Then to make it, I normally after that I have buttermilk. Not so there is good buttermilk, very much diluted, and some amount of sugar added to it. So it is a diluted lassi. If I just don't have that, then it will get stuck as far as the talking is concerned. It will choke you. So this sugar added will ease out all this because I tried all this. What relevance it is got. So previous experiences will always have a good handy instrument for an entity to tell the expected salvage value will be this much. That is the reason in some of the problems they give expected salvage value. Why is that they are not in a position to arrive at the salvage value? It may be a new content, new item of asset. You will not be in a position to find out the salvage value. So therefore, charge on an estimated basis 10%, 15%. Your previous experience will enable you to tell this is what it is going to happen. When there is a stomach upset, what is it you should have? Rest is not having. That's what people think. But how long? When people say, 7 up, and that will close. Another person is telling, have tea. Lukewarm, let it be lukewarm, not very hot. Lukewarm, then 2 squeezing of lemon. Don't add sugar. And have 2 biscuit, good day biscuit. 2, you will close the show. Don't have to search for anything else. Who told? Our driver told. Sir, I am on a work. This experience I had on the way. I can't just get into this petrol bunk every 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers. I did this based on my senior advice. And that's all. That's what I was just telling. So every person will be having their own experience. So one can tell that the estimated value may be 10,000, you may be telling 2,500, I may have 6,000. So there is no third authority that you have to cross verify. So it is all estimated figure only. Now let me tell you that new accounting standards have come. They say your estimated value may change. Correct? Then I told you term useful life is also estimated. What is the life that you are estimating for a 2-wheeler?
10 years.
10 years. She may tell 5 years because your usage rate may be different and her estimated usage rate may be different. If I am using it for cab purposes, that is for taxi purposes, then I have to estimate it. If I have to use it for my own purposes, it will longer. So therefore, an asset by itself is not having a depreciation rate associated with that. It is all with the user, the depreciation rate will change. That is the reason as why we say salvage value and a term are always estimated, cost is always actual. So why we are having different method is what the background I am telling you. Okay. Then this is popular, one of the most popular methods, I would say. Return on value method, or popularly known as WDV. But WDV by itself has got a different name for that, reducing balance method. On what basis, or do you have any formula for that?
So the depreciation is deducted from book value.
Correct. I did not ask you from where depreciation will get deducted.
The formula will be the percentage on book value.
So depreciation under WDV is a percentage on carrying amount. I am using such a term which you would use it for your intermediate and final. I am promoting you now itself. For me, you are all already cleared foundation. It is only C Institute will take time to do that. That is the reason as why I am telling all times that Institute is lucky to match our answers. Already we have concluded. We have decided that all of you are clear. It is only which rank we have to get. That Institute will decide. Okay. So carrying amount is what we normally use. What do you mean by carrying amount? So now on we will not be using this term book value. creditors. We will promote ourselves to that particular level. What is that? Carrying amount value formula.
Cost minus depreciation.
What is that we say? Accumulated depreciation. In WDV, carrying amount will never be zero. In WDV method, what is that we say? Carrying amount will never be equivalent to zero or less than 1. Or less than 1, sorry. It can be equivalent to 1. Okay. How this percentage will be computed? How the percentage will be computed? Now, R is equal to 1 minus nth root of S divided by C. Have you heard about this? Yes or no?
So actually, it's a formula.
It's directed. Direct.
Well, I don't. I've studied this in maths.
You are not studying in accounting.
So we had, but it was directed under the syllabus correction. We didn't have the computation of written or
Now, this is the formula. 1 minus nth root of salvage value divided by cost. R is equal to rate, N is equal to number of years, S is equal to salvage value, and C is equal to cost. What series your book values would follow? Arithmetic progression or geometric progression? Sir, that topic we have not started in mathematics. I've studied this in 10th standard or 11th standard. Don't give that sort of people. Tell. Huh?
geometric progression.
Very good. So carrying amount is equal to cost minus accumulated depreciation. Correct. From here I am going to do R is equal to nth root of S by C. So cost minus depreciation R into C. For year number 1, WDV. Is equal to C into 1 minus R. For year number 2, for year number 2, tell.
C minus
Not correct. C It's not C minus. E minus 1 minus R minus R into C into 1 minus R. Correct? Therefore, how do you write?
1 minus R power n minus 1 minus 1.
C into 1 minus R into 1 minus R. C into 1 minus R the whole square.
Exactly. So, here number 2 value is equal to C into 1 minus R to the power 2. So, term 1 is C into 1 minus R to the power 1. Term 2 is equal to C into 1 minus R to the power 2. Term n is equal to what?
C into 1 minus R to the power 2.
C into 1 minus R to the power n, where term n is equal to salvage value. Correct? Term n is equal to salvage value. That is going to be your carrying amount. Correct? S equal to C into 1 minus R to the power n. Agreed?
Yes, sir.
Correct only. Why would I have hesitation to say yes? Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Now I have to find out R. How do I find out?
Yes,
S divided by
C.
which is equal to 1 minus R to the power n. Agree?
Yes, sir.
You need to agree. Nth root of S by C equal to 1 minus R. R is equal to 1 minus nth root of S by C. Why would this be deleted? COVID reason. Now you see how illogical it could be. You should know. In CA Institute, you can't be just telling, I have ignored this far. Or COVID. So no question should be asked. In a movie, a person who is projecting himself as a doctor, he is just telling, you are affected based on this. The person is just telling, I will have small cutting today. He said, you should not take is what I am telling. Okay, you have it and enjoy your time. Tomorrow, nobody will be waking you up. Correct? I just seen, I have not seen the movie. But clipping was just like that. The other person is saying, thanks, sir. He is not reading the full part of the question. Full part of the question you got to read. Bad dates, you should understand it right. How it will be cruel joke a person is making on your life. You are saying thanks to him. Hear him properly, read the question properly. Applicable to me also. Everybody. He is telling for a particular question is this. You go to that doctor. Are you not the doctor? No. When that lesson was taken, I was on leave. Can you tell like that? When that particular area was deleted for COVID purposes, when you have it in your seat, there is a foundation, can you just say it got deleted and all that? ABCD up to Z, you have got to learn. MNOP and all that, when they are deleted for COVID purposes, do you mean to say that they all vanished? No. What to learn? In mathematics, you have learned. Very nice.
She had applied.
Huh?
So she had applied math, so it was taught.
அப்படியா அப்ளைட் மேத்ல இருந்ததா? என்னது அது? So that's it as far as this formula is concerned. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
No. Small example. N3. Yes, 64. C, 1000. Find R. What is 0.6?
3 by 5.
Huh?
3 by 5.
No. Is it WDV or R?
Sir, R is 0.6.
R is
0.6.
60%. So R is equal to 1 minus cube root of 64 by 1000. Are you understanding? So places where they don't provide you R, when they provide you the salvage value, cost and the term, first step is to find out the rate and then you apply. Correct?
Yes, sir.
As per the latest accounting standards, every year they got to review two things. What are the two things that you got to review? Those two things that you have estimated initially. What are the two things that you have estimated initially? Salvage value and the term. Cost is a fact, my dear. Cost is a fact that you cannot change.
Yes, sir.
The term and the salvage value. So why we have these two to be reviewed at all points of time? What is the problem in the earlier year estimation, which you want to review it now?
Because it's a dynamic tool.
Can I give an example for why it is dynamic that way?
Sure. It's a fact, right?
You explain the fact, that is what I asked.
Sir. Imagine being purchasing a machinery for some value of X. The year when it's being bought, estimating depreciation of 10% for 1 year may not be the same for calculation of the same machinery, the depreciation amount to be next year also. It's because the use, as you said, the usage of machine may vary. Other factors like
Simple. I will help you. Don't worry. Sir, initially I estimated that it is going to be 40,000 10 years later. Okay. Because of the technological changes, now I feel like it may not be 40,000. It is going to be 10,000 only. Correct? Salvage value may change. What is the problem? Why you are beating around? So it will be changed. Initially, I thought I will be using it for taxi purposes. Now I decided not to use for taxi purposes, only for my own purposes. Taxi purposes, 5 years I have estimated. My own use 12 years. Depending upon various factors, dynamics, correct. But dynamics should always be supported by examples, appropriate examples. Good. So, therefore, every year you are expected to review two things. What are the two things have you got to review?
Salvage value and
And the term. This, they made it mandatory in accounting standard number 10 that you have got to review. Even though accounting standard is not directly applicable, I am preparing you for your intermediate and for your NGS 16, property plant and equipment. Now, the other methods we will take it up a little later because most popular these two. Depreciation, for which we have already taken up what? The scheme of journal entries as part of adjustment. Here you see factors influencing cost, estimated useful life, estimated scrap value. What and all will be taken up for cost is all those expenses which are incurred to bring the asset to its working condition are all part of the cost. What do you mean by cost? Cost is purchase cost. Purchase cost plus any expenses like non-recurring expenditure. As discussed in consignment, installation charges, carriage, duty, freight. So, refundable duties are not to be capitalized. Refundable duties, taxes are not to be capitalized at all. Refundable. What do you mean by refundable?
Written or no?
Written of all.
In trial balance, we will know, sir. Written or no?
Written?
Or no, in adjustment report.
Written or no?
Either it could be written or no.
Sale or return?
Then
No. The refundable duties and taxes are not to be capitalized at all. What do you mean by refundable duties, taxes not to be capitalized at all? I heard Soumya was just telling about, sir, in Gravel there are a lot of problems with the GST, without GST and all that. Soumya, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So, final accounts problems with GST and all that you have seen in your trial balance. Is that so?
Yes, sir.
Now, I will give you an example as to what is this refundable, non-refundable. All of you closely follow. Not related exactly to depreciation, but you can understand. I make purchases. I make purchases. I say 100 rupees. I pay GST 18%. The price that I'm paying is 118. I do some process. And my selling price is 480. So I will put it out as 500. GST on this being 18%. 90. So I got to pay, I have to invoice value, invoice price is 590. So in between I have just incurred cost, value addition. value addition I have made to 210 rupees value addition I made. So 328 is my total input cost, whereas I have to take up 590. Are you understanding? Now, in my trading P&L account, I will have two purchases at 1 each. Two other expenses, 210 by sales, including that 590. Now, this is with GST. With GST on either side. Imagine that it is without GST. Without GST. Two purchases. How much? 100. Two others. 210. By sales. 500. What is my gross profit? 190. Sorry. 190. This is true profit. Here, 90 rupees I have to collect from customer. 18 rupees I pay to the buyer. So, how much I am expected to pay to the department? 72. So now let us just take up that. So to GST I have to pay from my side. How much? 72. What is my gross profit? 190. So what is to be considered as profit? 190. Am I right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So how this is accounted? Are you clear about this one?
Yes, sir.
Now all of you closely follow. If I am a trader, what is the entry that I am expected to pass? Manufacturer, not trader. Debit purchases 100. Then debit GST 18. Credit cash 11 each. Correct? Yes or no? Huh?
These journals and the books of manufacturing.
Manufacturer. Correct? Say yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Are you feeling confident or not confident?
Sir, goods and services, that's only when we are exporting.
When we are buying.
So,
What is that? What did you use? Sanitizer. You use sanitizer. Whether you pay GST on that?
yes, sir.
Huh? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So similarly, I am conducting business. I am buying raw material inclusive of GST. Base price is 100. GST I am paying 80. So I am paying him 118 rupees. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So I am incurring some expenses. Credit cash 210 I am incurring. When sale is made. Debit cash 590. Credit sales how much? 500. Then credit GST 90. Now I will open GST account. In GST account I have 18 and credit I am having 90. How much I got to pay to the department now? 72. Because I have already paid 18. So did this 18 included in my purchase cost? In purchase I taken only 100. Are you understanding all of you? So for whatever tax that I have already paid as GST, that amount I can deduct it from what I am charging it from my customer 90. So therefore, this tax on which I am effecting payment now is net of the two. I have already paid 80. I am charging only 90. 72 rupees only I got to pay. Am I right? Say yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Even that 72 I am not paying out of my pocket. From where I am paying?
Customer.
From the customer only I am collecting and paying. Are you understanding or not? Now, imagine that this is not purchases, this being PPE, property, plant and equipment. Now I have GST on this, I am paying 118 rupees. Correct? Forget about all this. Forget about all this. I have briefly discussed about GST. Mechanism you can understand. At home, when somebody is talking about GST and all that, you say, please stop. GST is only benefiting. Previously, what they will do is that they will charge GST, subsequent GST on the original 180. Cascading effect is what we were having. Tax on tax. Now it is not like that. Tax only on value addition. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
What was the value addition in that example that you have seen? 400. You are talking about conversion cost as 210. Value addition was 400. What is that? 18% on 400. That's it. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
You are understanding?
Yes,
Now, closely follow. I have bought a machinery which will be used for my manufacture. I have paid what? GST. Can the payment that I have made when I purchase the machinery be used for when I have to pay GST on the sales that I am making, where that machinery is used for my manufacture? So you are talking something about what? Raw material alone, but machinery is also involved in manufacture. On machinery also I have paid GST. Can I claim this? Answer the questions. Yes. For capitalizing, will I capitalize 18 also or capitalize only 100? Refundable should not be misunderstood that I have to take money from somebody else. It's not like that. If I can adjust this GST on my payable, that is refundable only. If I got to pay 90 rupees against which 18 got deducted, no, that is refundable only. This is what we call it as GST credits. How much is the GST credit that you have? Input tax credit. Your dad would be knowing. You can discuss now with him.
I myself know.
Oh, you are an expert.
Sir, I have done a project at least.
Correct. Are you understanding? So, this 18 rupees getting adjusted is what you call it out in this particular case as what? Refund of tax. In some cases, they say you cannot adjust, is what they say. That is non-refundable. If it were to be non-refundable, then your capital cost 18 should be included. If 18 can be deducted for whatever sum that you are going to pay, then you are sought refund. Therefore, such a sum that you are seeking refund can never be taken for capitalization. If you are deducting this, don't add. If you cannot deduct this, add. That is what it is all meaning. Are you understanding?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Purchase cost plus like non-recurring expenditure as discussed in consignment within brackets, refundable duties and taxes are not to be capitalized. Understood? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
So here they say cost of the property, purchase price including non-refundable import duties and purchase tax. Non-refundable should be added. Refundable should not be added. I am not saying refundable should be deducted. Understood? A, not bad is not to be considered as good. Some people used to say, how is a movie? The Legend movie. Not bad. Is one comment. The other person is saying good. Are they saying? No. Not bad means not bad means not bad. Good means good. One hero is telling no means no. A movie in a courtroom is telling no means no. Ajit Agarkar. I do not know whether it's an Agarkar, but Ajit Kumar. Saying no means no. What is a movie? You don't follow movies.
Tapsi would be, I think.
Yeah.
In Hindi version, Tapsi and Amitabh Bachchan would be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're all nationalists. So Amitabh Bachchan and Tapsi's movie only. Now let me ask Soumya and Sanjana. What is the movie?
No, sir, I have no idea. I have no idea.
How about Soumya? She should be having some idea. Is she there? Soumya, are you there? I will not think bad or good about you when you answer for this question. I seen the movie, I've forgotten the name of the movie. Anyway, she prefers not to answer. Okay. So, any cost directly attributable to bring the asset to the location condition necessary to be capable of operating in a manner intended by the enterprise. Right? And all this. Initial estimate of the cost of dismantling, removing the item and restoring the site on which asset is located. What is this? What is item number C? Yes, I've asked you a question. What do you mean with that?
Like,
Excluded in COVID syllabus.
no, sir. Like
Carriage.
Carriage.
Like,
Carriage and all that we have taken up here, my dear.
Outwards.
What carriage outwards? Is it non-recurring expenditure like?
Sir, the installation service.
Installation charges were all included to bring working. There is to the location condition necessary if it is capable of operating in our related to the enterprise. Their installation charges, freight, etc. will be taken up. Then see. Not included in the syllabus in higher secondary. Sanjana?
Sir, carriage inwards.
Carriage inwards are all taken up in B. You can't repeat same. The school and all that we used to convey the same sort of or closer thing. If we say bills receivable, that's one item. Then we will say debtors. Likewise, you should not be telling something else. Soumya, are you there?
Yes, sir.
And the Ajit Kumar example, Solavella.
Ajit Kumar example.
In a court, he will say no is no. One of the last 2-3 movies he acted. He will be a lawyer. In the court, there will be a lot of court scenes. Anyway, சினிமா பார்க்காதனால நல்லவங்கலாம் கிடையாது. சினிமா பார்த்ததுனால கெட்டவங்க கிடையாது.
சார் நேர்கொண்ட பார்வை மூவி.
Correct. I forgotten that. Super. நேர்கொண்ட பார்வை. I like most of the Ajit Kumar movies I like. For somehow, for no specific reason, I like. அவருடைய கசின் வந்து எங்கிட்ட ஆர்டிகல்ஸ் பண்ணாங்க. அதாவது அவங்க அம்மாவுடைய Ajit Kumaruடைய அம்மாவும் எங்கிட்ட ஆஃபீஸ்ல அசிஸ்டண்டா இருந்தவங்களுடைய அம்மாவும் தேர் ஆல் கசின் சிஸ்டர்ஸ். See, somewhere by late 90s or early 2000 அப்ப சொல்லிட்டே இருப்போம். யாருப்பா அது அஜித், யாருன்னு தெரியல, அஜித் அஜித் கூட. ஸோ சொல்லுவாங்க, நல்ல நிறைய விஷயம் சொல்லுவாங்க, நல்ல விஷயம் சொல்லுவாங்க. இப்போ நீங்க நியூஸ்ல படிக்கிற அவனை பத்தி படிக்கிறது எல்லாமே he conveyed it much earlier. அதே மாதிரி விஜயோடைய டீச்சர் வந்து for some point of time he was attending to our class. He wanted to do CA. அவர் பேர் TS முகுந்தன், காஞ்சிபுரம். Vijay did not give him proper respect. When his teacher Mukundan went to invite Vijay for his marriage, he remained a bachelor for a very long time, his teacher. What he did know, on seeing through camera and all that, he had seen his teacher had come. He thought that he has come to seek some help. To cover ledo 1000 ரூபாய் கொடுத்து he asked him to take. He said, nothing doing. So give this to sir, your sir, he was my student. If he has got time to see this, ask him to attend to my marriage. That's all. அதே என்கிட்ட ஒரு கண்ணில் ஜலம் வந்து சொல்லும்போது he went for a personal tuition with this fellow. He went to his own college. Now the teacher is retired. விஜய் எங்க ஸ்கூல்ல படிச்சாங்க, அது ஒரு மார்க்கோமா ஸ்கூல்ல ஒரு ஸ்கூல்ல படிச்சான். I'm telling 100% first hand information. He was a higher secondary school teacher in the Markoma school. His son is studying in, now he's studying in Kurumbet or Engineering College. MIT, he is studying first year. Daily, these people will come in from Kanchipuram to Chennai. Or பேரெல்லாம் மாத்தினார். TS முகுந்தன், நவீன் குமார் அப்படின்னு பேசுறாங்க. பின்னல் குணம் அதெல்லாம் இருக்குது, நவீன் குமார். ஆமா கரெக்டா இருக்கு சார். ஐ ட்ரை மை லக் சார். சூப்பரா இங்கிலீஷ் பேசுறாங்க முகுந்தன். அப்போ இதெல்லாம் கேட்டா விஜயை பிடிக்கலாம், அரபி குத்து பாட்டு நல்லா ஆடுறாங்க, நமக்கு பிடிக்குமா? He's not knowing how to behave. Whereas Ajit Kumar super person. Eppo, not now, from the start itself. How he will bring people. Groom பண்றதெல்லாம் வந்து சூப்பரா இருக்கும். I don't know much about others. இவங்க ரெண்டு பேரும் மட்டும் தெரியும். டீச்சரை மதிக்காதவா எங்க உருட்டோம். This is my point of this. Examples of cost directly attributable. You are not conveyed what is disbanding. Now I will tell you what is disbanding charges. Now, imagine that I have taken this place for rent. I have made a lot of alteration, left, right, center, all these around. What? Partitions only. Imagine that the owner is asking, sir, I am going to sell this. Here, sold it. The new incumbent is coming and saying, so please vacate this place, sir. Yes. You have to vacate the place and hand it over as it was given to you at the very initial stage. What should I do?
Take everything.
Not take everything. Where I would take this, all this false ceiling and all that, I got to remove. Removal will have cost, isn't it? Why didn't you capitalize these items at the very initial stage when you capitalize all this? In a building, it is not that the building should be owned by me. The part of the building is owned by me because we have spent so many lakhs of rupees for building that partitions. Just because the plot is not owned by us, the expenditure incurred in bringing out that participation, I cannot treat that as revenue. that I will put it out as leasehold land, leasehold building. I am expected to charge of depreciation on that particular building, that portion of the building for 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, as a case may be. When the rental agreement itself is communicating very clearly that I got to dismantle all these items when I hand over the key, I am expected to estimate that expenditure at the very initial stage as how I estimating the salvage value. Salvage value will result in you receiving money and you are parking the item. Whereas in the case of dismantling, what is that? For removal, you got to pay money. You got to pay money. So you are not expected to book only those expenses that you initially incurred. You are expected to book the likely expenditure that you will be incurring after some point of time. That will also become part of your what? Capital cost, which is something new, something you are not heard of, something not there in your syllabus for higher secondary and +1 and +2. They would not have even removed because it was not there in the very first place. Are you understanding all of it? So therefore, there can be a theory question. You may be asked what and all will be taken as cost of your PPE at the initial stage. What is that you should say? Purchase price, including non-refundable. Exclude, do not include refundable duties and taxes. And all those expenses that will be incurred to bring the asset in its working condition, operational condition, you got to take up. What and all? Carriage inwards, freight, installation charges. Then special item that we have to take up. What is the cost of dismantling is what they said, no? Dismantling, removing the item, restoring where the asset is located. This is based on initial estimate. Initial estimate of what is likely to come later. I have seen a person who was a childless person, who's elder to my dad, given some amount of money to his neighbor because his wife is also not doing well. Given some amount of money. What for? Upon my passing away, please use that money for the purpose of disposal of my body. I just don't want anybody to scratch who will spend money for this dispatch of mortal remains. I just really shed tears. Shed tears. For a person who is not having this, will that be having a problem? And another person said, for birth also expenditure, for death also expenditure. PPE is also like that only. My grandmother used to give lots of examples. That example that is just come in movie. What is that? You find a person, she used to tell, all this are less valuable when compared to slipper, torn slipper. What is that you are telling? I regard you as my grandmother. I just consider that you are an embodiment of Almighty. Oh, dare you say this? She was emotionally, she will trigger. She conveyed a story. Some stories about it. Whatever story she had conveyed, it may be 1,000 plus in numbers. I'm remembering only very few. One such example like that. You walk a distance, scorching sun, your house is 100 meters away, where you don't want to drag the torn slipper to your home. You have a nearby place, a known place, known neighbor there. You say that I will keep it here, I will take it later in the evening. I will have it stitched with a cobbler. I don't want to throw it out. So can this be there? Very much, no problem. Please keep it. It's your house. People in the neighborhood will tell like that. No. Now, today, days where the mortal remains of a demised person is not taken on the shoulders of 4 people. It is all taken in a van because the distance is a little longer. So therefore you use that. I remember for my grandmother, it was not like that. Carry through from there to Kanamapet. That was 1st of July 1980. Imagine in the story, there is a person, 4 people are walking that distance. It was scorching sun. The distance to be taken is another 3 kilometers. They don't want to take the risk. In front of a shop, if that mortal remains were kept and one of them running to the market to buy slippers, how long you can keep that in front of a shop?
Not so long.
You will not permit even for a minute. In WDV movie, he will just show that. I was just really stunned by a movie in which a person was just asking that. So now he was just telling torn slipper versus the dead cop. Which one is agreeable? Which one is not agreeable? The mortal remains of even a blessed soul will not have a value greater than a torn slipper. It was just like amazing. I said, party, pretty party. You are great. You are in a position to bring out such a great thing in a very simple way. Correct? எப்படி சொல்றாங்க? That is the way she was just telling us also. இதெல்லாம் டைப் ரெக்கார்டர் இல்லை, ஒண்ணுமே இல்லை. ரியலி ஃபீல் பாட்டெல்லாம் போடுவார். சூப்பர் பாட்டு. அந்த பாட்டெல்லாம் எங்க இருக்குன்னே தெரியல. She will tell all geographical places in the world. Most of them. பர்சி, பர்மா, சைனா, ஜெர்மன். அதாவது தமிழ்ல சொல்லும்போது வேற மாதிரி. பர்சி, பர்மா, சைனா, ஜெர்மன். பார்லிமெண்டில் இதெல்லாம் பேர்லாம் எனக்கு தெரியல. பேர்லாம் மறந்து. காரணம் ஆசியா, ஆப்பிரிக்காவோ, அமெரிக்காவோ, ஐரோப்பாவோ பாட்டு போடுவார். ஆஸ்திரேலியா எங்கும் மண்டலி, ஓஹோ, பெல்ஜியம், துருக்கி, ஜப்பான். ஆஸ்திரேலியா எங்கும் மண்டலி, ஓஹோ, பெல்ஜியம், துருக்கி, ஜப்பான், பர்சி, பர்மா. இது மாதிரி வரும். இது எனக்கு கொஞ்சமா இந்த வேர்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் சரியா பிக் பண்ணல. Some of my cousins are knowing. So we are all groomed properly. We are blessed people. That way I would just see that today's grandparents are not that much educated, I would say. They are all not groomed properly. Coming generation, I just really not knowing. அவன் கேட்கிறான் பாருங்க, 4 தடவை சேவிச்சா எக்ஸசைஸ் பண்றீங்க. பாவி அந்த மாதிரி ஒர்ஸ்ட் கேள்வி கேட்டதே கிடையாது. வீட்டுல சொன்னா சிரியா ஒழுங்கா சேவிச்சாங்க. விளக்கேற்றி சொல்லி பெருமாள் முன்னாடி சேவிச்சா எக்ஸசைஸ் பண்ணுவாங்களா யாராவது? இதுக்கு முன்னாடி எழுந்து கையை ஒரு திருப்பியும் just you see examples of directly attributable expenses are whatever you are telling, they're all there. Cost of testing also, professional fees, all these are to be taken up for directly attributable cost. So what is not to be capitalized, we are seeing cost of opening new facility. You are putting up one introduction time where you give advertisement saying that your place is located here. Inauguration cost, you invite somebody. In cost of introducing, where you put up advertisement promotional, that is not to be taken as part of the capitalized cost. Cost of conducting business in a new location with a new class of customer, including cost of staff training, etc. You cannot capitalize. Administration, other general overheads cannot be capitalized at all. These things, they tell you should not be capitalized. Straight line method I convey to you. Reducing balance method or WDV method I convey to you. You just see. Did they give this derivation as how it had just come? No, they are used residual value, salvage value. Anyway, the charge of depreciation for which journal entry to be passed. Plus dismantling cost. பாட்டில் எப்படி மாட்டோம் அப்படி அது சொல்லும்போது ஓஹோ சொல்லும்போது அது ஒரு மாதிரி சொல்லுவாங்க. I do not know where it is presently located. யார் பாட்டுல வச்சிருக்காங்க தெரியல. நிறைய இருக்கிற மாதிரி பாட்டு, சின்ன பாட்டு. நெவியூ மேரேஜ்க்கு பர்மிஷன் வருவாங்க, அவங்கள்ட்ட கேட்டு விசாரிச்சு பேசணும். Journal entries. We have already passed this journal entry, but yet we would like to do. So, debit depreciation. Credit accumulated depreciation. Then debit P&L account. Credit depreciation. And debit accumulated depreciation. Credit asset. Or you can avoid accumulated depreciation. Straight away you can offer credit to asset. Is it okay? Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So accumulated depreciation, or else you can call that as provision for depreciation. Or else you call that as what? Provision for depreciation. That's all. We will start solving the problem from now on. Are you clear? Introduction to depreciation is over. Now we will apply the application, that is solving problems. And let us also understand that a method of charging depreciation can also be changed. Change in the method of depreciation can be done on prospective basis, or it can be done on retrospective basis, depending upon the problem. Yes, Sanjana, please read out illustration number 1. Yeah. Huh? Okay, we will stop at this moment and we will have a break. Okay, now stop that. We will have 5 minutes break. We will try through another link.